advancing to the second round of Dream's Light Heavyweight Grand Prix. The other side of the bracket saw Tatsuya Mizuno take on Dutch knockout artist Melvin Manhoef in a spirited affair that saw some of the strangest tactical decisions I've ever seen in a fight. In the end, Mizuno caught a fatigued Manhoef in a Kimura, tapping him out at 7 minutes and 23 seconds of the first round.
Melvin's gonna tap! He looks like a fish out of water, gasping for air! It's good night, Irene! My word! Mizuno pulls off an epic victory!
Other notable winners included one of my personal favorites, featherweight Michihiro Omigawa, as well as Mitsuhiro Ishida, who snapped his 2-fight losing streak versus DJ Taki, while middleweight Katsuhiro Nakamura defeated Carl Amusu by a unanimous judge's decision. And speaking of featherweights, it's now time for this week's MMA Connected trivia question. Who did Bibiano Fernandez defeat to win the Dream Featherweight Championship? Was it Joe Warren, Joaquin Hansen, Hiroyuki Takeya, or Kid Yamamoto? The answer coming up later in the show.
Still to come, it was a memorable main event.
I hope they reinforce the octagon because we've got some serious heavyweights about to collide.
We look at the keys to Lesnar's victory, while the athlete explains the art of the arm triangle choke in Fight School, when MMA Connected return.
Hey, Carwin against Brock Lesnar. Heavyweight title is on the line. Carwin will be up for big uppercut. Shane Carwin pummeling away.
He outboxed me. He got me.
Knee by Carwin. Carwin's got Lesnar on the mount. Shane Carwin trying to finish.
I wasn't hurt.
Unbelievable start for Shane Carwin. Brock is in trouble, Joe. He's in big trouble. Huge elbow. We've never seen him ever in a position even remotely close to this before. Carwin teeing off. Josh Rosenthal right on top of the action.
I really have to thank the referee, for allowing that thing to go on.
Oh, he is just teeing off here. Shane Carwin continues to punish. What a start to the greatest heavyweight battle in UFC history.
The real big question is how tired is Shane Carwin?
Here is round 2. Carwin looking to explode again. Here's the big shot. It is. Got him on his back. This is bad for Shane Carwin. He's got the mount. He's got an arm triangle, trying to finish this fight. Oh, it is all over! It is all over! Wow! Lesnar is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world! Brock Lesnar has done it!
I stand before you, a humble champion, and I'm still the toughest SOB around, baby.
One of the biggest topics coming out of the UFC 116 main event was whether or not the fight between Brock Lesnar and Shane Carwin should have been stopped in the first round. When I was sitting octagon side, I thought it was over for Lesnar. But in retrospect, the referee made the right call, and here's why.
Beginning of the end.
Right from the stare down, everyone watching knew that this was going to be an epic showdown between two monsters. Before the fight, Lesnar made it clear that his goal was to take this fight down to the ground and avoid Carwin's striking power at all costs. Carwin knew this, so his takedown defense was exceptional, using a whizzer to overhook Lesnar's right arm to aid in defending the takedown. When they disengage, Lesnar still keeps his distance, with Carwin closing in with his offense, but still thinking defense, this time using his underhooks and sprawl to keep Lesnar at bay. From there, the challenger has the champion just where he wants him, against the cage, and begins unloading with a flurry that would have knocked out the majority of heavyweights in the division. While most, including yours truly, were expecting the referee to stop the bout, Josh Rosenthal had the best view of Lesnar defending himself, and noticing that while the punches were landing, Lesnar, while battered and bruised from the punishment, was still conscious and making efforts to survive the Carwin onslaught. First, he uses his legs to push Carwin away. Then, while he's covering up, he uses his left hand to block Carwin's right arm at the bicep. Then, as the punches continue to come down, he uses his right hand to push Carwin away while trying to scoop his legs to try and get half guard. By this point, Carwin has punched himself out as the sting on his ground and pound is all but gone, eventually giving the champ the room he needs to escape, surviving what easily is scored as a 10-8 round for the challenger. But it's the beginning of the end for Shane Carwin. In between rounds, it was evident that he was unable to recover from the high energy expended in that first round, something he is attributing to lactic acidosis, where his muscles did not have enough time to replenish themselves with oxygen. As the second round starts, gone is the bounce and Carwin's step, as well as his takedown defense, as Lesnar easily scores the double leg. From there, the champion sets up the arm triangle choke when Carwin is unable to prevent Lesnar's head from reaching his tricep. At this point here, Lesnar adjusts his grip, gains the mount position, slides over to side control, and successfully defends the heavyweight title with his first submission victory of his career. I don't believe anyone could have seriously predicted Brock Lesnar to pull off a submission victory. The choke he used is often referred to as the arm triangle choke, and one that Jason McDonald explains and applies to yours truly.
Fight School. Arm triangle choke.
A lot of times in a fight, the fighter on the bottom will put his hand on his opponent's neck to try to create space here. So when Joe is pushing up against me, all I'm going to do is come to his elbow with a C-clamp and bump his arm off and lock his arm across his own neck.
He's locking in the arm triangle, Mike. He's going to free his leg and hop over to ready to go towards left side.
And I'm going to cinch my hands together and hold on to that arm just like I were holding onto a phone. From there, I'm going to come up onto my feet and cut my outside knee right across his belly to the mat, allowing my body to come through.
With Brochard on top arm triangle.
Oh no. Looking to choke out Chris Lehman.
From there, I'm going to come up to my knees and push Joe's hips away from me and cinch this choke nice and tight. It's important that I have a nice straight line to pull with here. I'm going to pull it tight, and then from there I'm just going to come up onto my toes and drop my weight forward, causing Joe's arm to go across his own neck, cutting the flow of oxygenated blood to his brain.
Arm triangle. It is all over.
Coming up, he's the Dream Featherweight champ, but his challenges inside the ring barely compared to the struggles he had getting there.
My mother died when I had 8 years. We don't have money, don't have nothing.
His story when MMA Connected continues. Upcoming events.
AFC 3 Evolution goes down July 17th in Victoria, BC, and features the MMA debut of legendary grappler Robert Drysdale, while July 23rd will see Strikeforce Challengers 9 take place in Everett, Washington. Then, on August 1st, right here on Rogers Sportsnet, UFC Live 2 goes down featuring John Jones versus Vladimir Matsuchenko. Dream Featherweight champion Bibiano, the Flash Fernandez, has one of the most inspirational stories you may ever hear from the world of mixed martial arts. The Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt had to first learn how to fight for his life, long before he had to learn how to fight inside of a ring. Sportsnet's Craig McEwen has the story.
I'm afraid why go believe this life? You know what I mean? I mean, he for live. Why go be afraid for live? This scary go take you down. The afraid go take you very far away. You know what I mean? For this, more you can take care of this inside you, more you go build energy, more you go have more powerful.
When Bibiano Fernandez reflects back on his life, he's amazed at just how far he's come. Revolution Martial Arts in Langley is a long way from his home in Brazil, and the journey to the here and now has been a very tough road to travel.
My mother died when I have 8 years, you know what I mean? And in Brazil, boy, like same I had before, I don't have a lot of money. I don't have money, I don't have nothing. Some guy there, he showed me jiu-jitsu. And said, oh, look at this jiu-jitsu. Yeah, I see Royce Gracie. Like tiny guy, fight big guy, beat the guy. I say, wow, look at this guy, so good. This day, I love jiu-jitsu. And my friend said, okay, I pay for you, go training there. He paid me for me training, I training. And after I don't have money anymore, and my coach said, you know what, don't bother, keep it coming, you have talent. Before this, till now, I train jiu-jitsu. I love jiu-jitsu.
That love is also fueled by a hunger to survive. After his mom died, Fernandez was orphaned and had to live in the jungle by himself, hunting for food and